You've done this. Someone walked into a room, said 4 words, and you decided everything about them before they even sat down. Not because you're careless. Because your brain is built to decide fast, and then defend that decision, no matter what happens next. He looks at her once and tells his friend, coldly, that she's tolerable but not handsome enough to tempt him. For the next 200 pages, Elizabeth Bennet never lets Mr. Darcy be anything else. Every silence he offers, she reads as arrogance. Every kindness, she explains away as an accident. This isn't a story about Pride and Prejudice as 2 separate flaws in 2 separate people. It's a story about one mechanism, working inside one mind, hers and yours. Jane Austen knew this so well she almost named the whole book after it. Her original manuscript, written when she was 21, was called simply First Impressions. Historians at Jane Austen's house note she likely changed the title after another novel with that exact name appeared in 1801. She borrowed her new title, Pride and Prejudice, from a line in Fanny Burney's novel Cecilia, an author she admired. But the mechanism she was writing about never went away. It's running in you right now. Here's what actually happens in your brain, and it's not what you think. Researchers Nalini Ambati and Robert Rosenthal found people form lasting impressions of a stranger from a silent clip just seconds long. In their study, silent video clips of teachers predicted their end-of-semester evaluations with striking accuracy. The unsettling part isn't the speed. It's what happens to every fact you learn after that. You don't weigh new information fairly. You use it to defend the verdict you already made. Elizabeth doesn't just dislike Darcy. She recruits every new detail as proof that she was right. When Wickham arrives, charming and easy, she believes him instantly, because he confirms her story. Darcy is cold, so anything cold he does fits. Wickham is warm, so anything warm he says lands. This is the halo effect working in reverse, a horn effect, dressed as good judgment. You felt this. Someone seemed arrogant on day 1, so their silence later read as contempt. Someone seemed charming on day 1, so you excuse the thing that should have worried you. Notice what's missing from both examples. New evidence. Actual, unfiltered, new evidence. You weren't gathering information about them. You were gathering ammunition for a decision already made. This is why just try to be more open-minded doesn't work as advice. The bias isn't in your open-mindedness. It's in how your memory sorts evidence before you notice it. Now here's the twist Austen buries in the middle of the book, and most summaries skip it. Darcy's letter to Elizabeth doesn't ask her to trust him. It hands her the actual facts. And even then, she doesn't accept it immediately. She rereads it. She resists it. She argues with it. Changing a first impression doesn't happen when evidence appears. It happens when you're forced to reread it twice. Most people never get a letter. Most people never get a second, deliberate look. You usually don't either. That's the uncomfortable part. Elizabeth needed a formal, written, undeniable correction to override one cold remark. Without it, she'd have spent her life certain she was right about a man she barely knew. Think about who that is for you right now. Not a stranger, someone you decided about early. A coworker who seemed cold in week 1. A relative who seemed difficult at one dinner. You haven't reread their letter. You've just kept collecting evidence for the verdict you reached on day 1. The lesson isn't keep an open mind. Your mind was never as open as you assumed. The lesson is that changing your mind about someone requires the same deliberate effort Elizabeth needed. You have to go back and reread the evidence on purpose, not wait for it to arrive. Jane Austen never lived to see her instinct confirmed by researchers 2 centuries later. She just knew what it felt like to watch someone defend a wrong first impression as if it were fact. So here's the question worth sitting with after this video ends. Who is the person you decided about in 5 words, and never gave a second read? If a name came to mind immediately, that's not a coincidence. That's the mechanism, working exactly as designed. Dead authors, live lessons. Austen is gone. The mechanism she caught you doing is still running. Subscribe if you want the next dead author to catch you doing something else you haven't noticed yet. Comment the name, or just the situation, where your first impression is still doing the deciding.